Hi everyone! So today I'm going to show you how to paint your nails like a pro. Now I'm not a pro, but I'm going to show you how to paint your nails without getting it all over your fingers. And it is basically the technique that the professionals do use. And a side note, I hope you guys like my new background. My boyfriend and his parents bought me a vanity. So I'm so thankful because I was doing my makeup on the floor and using the bed as to put my mirror on, and my legs were killing me. I was like, ow, it hurts. So I'm so thankful for this vanity because I like to do my makeup in here because the bathroom doesn't have natural lighting, so I'm so thankful. And I hope you guys like the new background. Alright, so if you want to see this video, please keep watching. Alright, so for this, I'm not going to be using a base coat. To be honest, I don't always use a base coat, but when I do, I normally use the one by OPI. I believe it's called Start to Finish. But for this, I'm not going to use a base coat. I'm just going to go ahead and paint my nails. And I'm going to be using the Sally Hansen number 130, and it's called Blow Me Away, and it looks like this. And I really like these Sally Hansen nail polishes. I find them to be really pigmented and pretty liquidy and easy to apply. A lot of times with these, I don't have to put a second coat because sometimes it's really, like I said, pigmented. So I just decided to use this because I really like these ones. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Alright, so when you grab your polish, you don't want your brush to be super dry, but you also don't want it to be super dripping wet. A lot of times I have my brush too dry and then it really messes up my nail polish. So you just want to make sure you don't have it too dry. So I'm going to start with this finger. Normally I start with my thumb, but I'm going to do that last. So what I'm going to do is take my polish and make sure it's not too much on there. And like I said, this one's pretty liquidy, so I have to be a little careful with this one. And what I'm going to want to do is go right below the cuticle and then push the brush up, but not all the way to the cuticle, and then paint it down. If you can see, I have a gap right above my cuticle, and that's how you want it to stay. You want it to be a gap from your cuticle and also on the sides. You don't want to paint all the way down to your finger. Sometimes I do, and then that's when I get it all over my finger, but with this technique, it's not really going to get all over the finger. It's just going to stay on the nail. And if you go to a salon, you may notice that they always leave the edge like that. And so that's basically what I'm going to be doing. But when you go over it with a top coat, you want to cover that spot that's your plain nail. You want to paint it with a top coat because you want it to be nice and shiny. You don't want it to be all dull looking. And I actually don't mind there being a gap anymore. Like when I first got my nails done, when I first got a manicure, I'm like, they didn't even paint my whole nail. But I don't mind that now because I don't have to worry about it getting all over my finger. And it doesn't look that bad. I actually kind of like it with a little bit of a gap. But I could still go pretty close to my finger and leave a tiny, tiny gap if I wanted to and not get it all over my finger. But I'm just going to be leaving a good amount of a gap. Alright, so now I'm going to continue. I'm just going to go with the edge, and you can do short little strokes. It really helps. But what you're going to want to do is start back at where you first started and then run the brush along the curve. And you can see I have too much nail polish on that one. But you just run it along the curve very carefully and then go down. And you can turn your hand, which will really help you. And then when you do the second coat, it's going to be so much easier. So now I'm going to do this side, and I want to turn my finger a little bit. You want your hands to be on a flat surface so it's not super shaky, even though I'm shaking right now. Alright, so just do this side. And there you go, I didn't get any on my fingers. And now I'm just going to keep doing the rest. So I'm going to take it, put it right below the cuticle and push up towards the cuticle. And then swipe down. I'm really shaky. And then do the side right here. Go along the side in short strokes. And then, or the curve of your nail, and then go down the side like that. And I did get some on my finger because I went a little fast, but That's okay. Just take your other hand and wipe that off. Just turn your finger and do the other side. You can see that my fingers are pretty clean. And again, take it, put it right here and push it up towards the cuticle and then paint it down. Then go along the curve in short strokes if you have to. And then down the edge, leaving a gap by your finger. And do the same on the other side. That one came out pretty good. And this nail polish is really liquidy, so I do kind of have troubles with it, but overall I do really like this nail polish a lot. You could probably see already how pigmented it is. Yeah, I could probably go without a second coat. So there's those, and when you do your second coat, it's going to be a lot easier because you don't have to watch the edge as much. So now I'm just going to do the thumb. Hope you guys can see that. So with the thumb, you're just going to want to do the exact same thing. So right in the center, below your cuticle, and then push the brush up almost to your cuticle and swipe down. And then just go in short strokes along the edge and around the curve. And down the sides. And you can see that's pretty good. So as you can see, I didn't get any all over my fingers. I just, got some on the edge, just right there. But normally when I paint my nails, I have it all over the sides and all over up the cuticles and stuff. So I think I did pretty good. And then you can do a second coat, which I'll show you how easy that'll be. So basically, just take your nail polish, and you're not really carving out the edges, but you're still, doing your best not to get it all over your finger. So just go ahead and paint it like you normally would. You can see how much easier that was. And that's done. That one has 2 coats of polish on it. Alright, for this, I'm not going to go ahead and paint the rest with a second coat. I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the top coat, just so I could kind of show you what I was talking about. So, I know I said I used my OPI Start to Finish top coat, but I just purchased this one because my OPI one is a little low. And so it kind of takes a while for me to get the nail polish out of the OPI. So just to move a little bit quicker, I'm going to use this one by NYC. And it's just the number 271. It's the extra shiny top coat. So it's just a regular top coat. Alright, I had to go ask my boyfriend to open this because it would not open. But anyways, so now I'm just going to go ahead and take the base, or the top coat. Alright, so I'm just going to show you with my thumb because I left a pretty good gap on my thumb so you can see. Like you can see that there's a pretty good space around. And like I said, and what you're about to see, is you want to cover that with the top coat so that it's all nice and shiny. So you still want to avoid your cuticles, because that'll make your nail polish, chip and peel a lot easier. So just gonna go ahead and take it and go as close to the cuticle as I can to where there's empty nail and paint it, but I'm trying not to get it all over my finger. And then on the sides as well, I'm covering that space that I left. So this one I could really show you. I'm just putting it on that space. So now my whole nail is painted with top coat, even the spots where I have my natural nail, and I think it looks really pretty. And now just have to do the rest. And there you go, now all my nails are painted. Alright, that's it. I hope this technique helped you as much as it helps me. Whenever I'm in a rush to paint my nails, like if I forgot to paint them the day before, I will use this technique to paint my nails, and it's so much easier. I don't have to worry about polish all over my fingers. And I actually like doing it this way better instead of like covering the whole nail and having, polish all over the place. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my videos, and I'll see you in my next one.